Hey everybody, it's Diva Alexandra and I'm back with another video. And tonight I have my bestest friend in the whole wide world, Jennifer.
Hi, how is everybody tonight?
I hope everybody's doing good and I'm doing well. So here we have the FAS show, episode 2. Tonight we're not going to do any type of reaction to any videos or anything like that. We're just going to have a discussion on, how we met. Do you want
I think that's a great discussion.
Talk first about how we met, or you want me to start?
You start.
You want me to start? Okay. Well, when I was a teenager, I was a troubled kid, so I would leave all the time. Like, I wouldn't be home and stuff. So my mother was like worried over me and always trying to find me, and I was just like always with this guy that I was in love with and everything.
Chris.
So yeah. So she somehow found out that there was some type of program or something that you could involve the courts, and so they basically somehow made it and so that I had to go to job court by a judge. So I didn't want to go, but I wound up going, and I'm actually really happy that I joined job court. We went to the one in Edison, New Jersey, and what's wrong?
I don't see myself anymore.
Oh no.
I see two of you.
Technical difficulties. What's happening?
I see you in the big box and the little box. Do you see me?
I see you perfectly.
Oh, so keep going then.
Because I saw you squinting like you was like, oh my
Well, I was trying to put the volume up first, and when I oh, there I am. Okay, I'm back. When I put the volume up, I went away. But now I'm back.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you are back.
I'm glad to be back.
So, like I said, I was, court ordered to go to the Edison Job Corps Academy. We enrolled in the nursing program. We were supposed to graduate the LPN.
Oh, tell them about light as a feather, stiff as a board. How nobody believes me.
You could do that honor and tell them about light as a feather, stiff as a board, but I just wanted to finish my sentence that we didn't get to finish LPN school because we got basically kicked out of the LPN program, and we had to.
We thought life was a joke.
Resignate our our schooling basically as a CNA. They made us graduate just as CNAs.
Either complete or terminate.
Because there was an army truck and we
whose idea was it?
We jumped inside. We jumped in a moving vehicle, or
it wasn't moving, but nobody was allowed in them. It was off limits.
It was ridiculous. I don't know. It was so long ago, but I think it was a stupid reason to. I mean, we would get in trouble a lot. So we would come in late to like check in, and what was it when they would like call our names and you'd have to be like, here, present, whatever.
Yeah. Or my bed was never good enough when the RAs came and checked.
Yeah, because it was like a military style. Like,
yeah, I never had to go on shower contract or anything, which I was thankful for. But my room was always a mess. Like, my side of the room was always like, everything was thrown in my closet. My bed, like, the girls just started making the bed for me because I used to always get into trouble with the bed not being good enough.
I didn't like that. Jeez. I wish somebody would have made my damn bed. But, job corps was fun. Tell them about light as a feather, stiff as a board.
So in nursing trade, we had this one teacher, Miss K. I don't know if she's still with us. I heard Miss McKnight died. Miss McKnight? I heard she passed away. Oh. I'm not sure, but I heard. I think I heard.
Rest in peace for Miss McKnight, man. She was a good teacher. She cared about her students.
She was older though when we were there.
what I was just gonna say. Unfortunately, can't stop what time has brought.
Yeah. So anyway, Miss K, she was telling us that it's mind over matter and that we have to use good body mechanics, but when we see a heavy patient, don't think we can't do it. It's mind over matter. So she had us do that thing, which is, I believe, is in a movie called The Craft, how you put fingers, I forgot which fingers it is, under a person. These two. And we did it.
Under.
Yeah, under, and you say light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah, but we had a whole bunch of people surrounding her, and this girl was huge though.
But we did fingers for like 300 pounds, 400 pounds.
She was a very big girl.
Maybe like 400 pounds, right?
She was a big girl. She was
Kiana.
Probably around 350. I
Kiana, right?
Yeah, Kiana, 350, 400.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiana, girl, if you ever see this video, you know what I'm saying? We go way back, girl. We ain't hating, we just telling the truth about what happened with the story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just had to do the lift, and we lifted her up almost into the sky. Like, it was like we just kept lifting and lifting.
Yeah, we tried it on a couple people, but she's the most memorable person that made us really believe mind over matter. Because we tried it on a few people, like, normal weight, they went right up.
Yeah.
But with the heavy person with the two fingers,
right up too.
I mean, there's people around, but like, come on, lifting all that weight with two fingers. And when I tell people about that, they're like, come on. They don't believe me. They think I'm like crazy. That's one thing I'll never forget, that like.
And also just how remarkable the human anatomy is, that with these bones, these, phalanges, we could.
Yeah. But was it human anatomy, or was it the power of thought?
I think it's both, I really think it's
because I don't remember my fingers hurting when we did it. My fingers didn't hurt. Or
my fingers was killing me after that. I was like,
mine didn't.
Like, I was like, I need some cold water or something tonight. God dang it. That shit was sore as hell for like 2-3 days.
Well, what do you think it was? Do you think it was like a spirit helping us, or do you think it was?
No. Miss K was so little and cute, man.
She was tiny. With the red hair, right? Glasses, red hair.
Yeah. She was sweet. I really, and then we had these troublemakers, these boys in our class that they were
Jose from MS-13.
He was in a gang called MS-13.
Wait, was he really in the gang?
Yeah, of course.
Jose was?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember when it was, but I'm pretty sure I ran into him one day in Long Island.
I'm pretty sure he said that he was from New York.
I think he was from Long Island, like Brentwood or something. What was his last name?
And then he told me that he was familiar with my town, and I was like, so this guy is like all over the place? Like, I don't know. I think a lot of what he said was BS.
Probably.
But I'm surprised you've seen him.
What was his last name?
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
I don't remember either. I can't remember where, but I think he had like nursing scrubs on. I can't remember where.
So back in that time, we were young. We were like, well, you were younger. You were like, how old?
I got there when I was 16 and I left 16 and a half, and I left when I was 18.
And I met you when you were how old? Like
17? I probably just turned. No, I got there the summer before I turned 17 in September 27th, and I think I got there in like June or something when I was 16.
Oh.
Something like that.
So that's a long time ago. Damn.
Really long.
Damn near almost, 20 years and shit?
We're almost there. Almost. It's probably 17 years now.
Yeah, and we remained close because, when you just have somebody special in your life, you gotta hold on to that person, and you can't just give up on them. And
Yeah.
that's what true friendship is all about too.
We had our
So,
trials and tribulations, but
yeah,
they were petty.
yeah, they was petty.
Petty.
We was talking about it the other day. Remember, actually, she was having a problem at school when we were there. That some girls would go in the room and annoy her and wouldn't let her sleep. And she went into my room, which I was her next door neighbor, because that's how we met. Because she was in room 114.
Was it 114?
And I was in 112, I think.
You got a good memory.
It was King Dorm. That's all I remember. Something
King
like that. And she went in my room and told me this. So I said, wait a minute, nah. Ain't nobody gonna be messing around bothering my friends. So I went to the room with her. And we was there, and then I was just like, what's up? What's going on? Like, what's the problem? What's going on? Like,
she didn't play games back in the day. Yeah.
And then so somehow, I don't know what happened. Words were exchanged between me and Fifi.
And she got a slipper in the face.
I told her that I was going to slap her up with a slipper in her face. So she was like, oh, no, you wait. No, you wait. You ain't going to do what you got that day. And she started running in the hall, and I took off and at that time, they had the 99-cent. If y'all remember back in the day, the cheap-ass 99-cent shoes that people would get in different colors. You could get them like in black, pink, purple, whatever fucking color they made them. So I had one of them cheap-ass plastic, old-school chanclas, and I slapped the shit out of Fifi's face. That bitch looked at me. This is her look. She was in complete shock that happened, and then one of our other girls was like, yo, come on, TT, let's go, the RA's coming. And the RA was hitting the wall.
Miss Joseph.
Huh?
Miss Joseph.
Miss Joseph came, and then that's why we scattered. And then ever since then, it's like, that girl's a straight punk. She didn't do shit after that. I hit her with a dirty ass slipper that I walked around the whole dorm with, the bathroom, disgusting places, and I just slapped her across her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most, like, we were bad. Like, we were bad girls. Like, we are real life bad girls gone good, I guess. You could say.
Took a long time.
Took a long time to get there, but we're there.
We got there.
And there's so many stories. We would leave. Remember, we would leave school and go on leave, and we didn't have any money, so it was rough. It was rough surviving as a student, where you can't really call home and ask for money like that. Well, for me at least, it was like that. So I had to fend for myself. So we would hit them streets. Out in Edison, we would go straight to the, where would we go? Tell them the rest.
Train station.
We would go to the train station and do what? She would run one side, going one way, going towards New York, and I would run the other side, going to Trenton. Or vice versa.
Uno peso, por favor. And then...
Oh, you got $1, please, sir? Un peso. And then people would start giving them up, because, we was young and we was, looking nice. And people would want to help us. So we would accumulate money. And with that money, guess what? We would eat our food. And maybe have a drink or two.
We would eat out. Instead of eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that Job Corps supplied us, we would eat lavishly.
Peanut butter and jelly. So we had to fend for ourselves somehow. And
we would get alcohol. We would eat and... then go sit in the air conditioner at your house on weekends.
While Mandry stayed outside. I felt so bad for Mandry.
I didn't feel bad. I mean, I didn't feel great about it, but I was just so happy to be in the AC.
It felt great to be in the AC because it was the summer. And it
was freaking... And I had a hangover. I don't know if you did, but I had a hangover. It was hot out, so I was just so thankful to be in the AC.
Oh, man. We have a lot of times, a lot of good times.
Oh, yeah.
Any other good, memorable moments? Oh, tell them about the FAS.
Fantastic.
But when there was, like, bad boys around school and stuff, and, like, they'll try to, like, get with you, and, we weren't having it. We knew, like, we were there for school. Like, boys were trying to be players, and we weren't
We'd ask them for a hug.
So we'd ask them for a hug, and when they would come up to give us a hug, we would be like, "Ooh," and we would just punch them in it, right? That makes we were almost like bullies at now that I think of it. Remember there was a guy that had glasses, and when he
1,
would
2, 3, 4.
4, when he would walk by, we would say 4 because he was wearing glasses. So they say it's like 4 eyes, so we would call him 4.
How did we even come up with that?
And what was the other? Oh, there's some things that are just, it was just bad.
I think I know what was on your head, on your mind.
Yeah, we can't reveal a lot of the situations we were in, but we have fun. I remember Mandry when I didn't like that Mandry that one time we went to the shoe store. She was like, let's go. She kept like begging us to go to the shoe store, and we went. And then when we come out, she comes out with a brand new set of like Adidas or some shit, and I was like,
And that put us in danger because we didn't know what she was doing. We could have been arrested for some shit that she was doing that we didn't even know.
But thank God that didn't happen, and she got that off actually. So I was just like, unbelievable. So it's you got to be very careful who you surround yourself with because
go to the store with.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that be stealing, man. I ain't gonna name no names, but I got a few friends that they be hitting them stores and they be stealing, and it's not worth it.
I once dated somebody who we went to the store. I was young. This is before Job Corps, and we went in the store and we didn't even get anything. He was like, let's go in here. He walks out. We both walk out because he's like, all right, we're done here. He walks out. He opens his jacket. He's like, this is for you. And I'm like,
what?
You took that? You're going to get me in trouble. I got to go. Like, I was like bugging out.
Yeah.
And he did it like right in front of the store too. Just open his jacket. This is for you. I think he's in jail now. Because
listen, all I know is that what creeped me out is when I found out about Job Corps in Edison. A few years after me and her, we graduated and left that school, some faculty and students died because one of the awnings
cafeteria,
fell,
right?
yeah,
Cafeteria?
in the cafeteria, and it crushed all these people, and they died. And we used to stand there and wait for the doors to open, so it could have happened to anybody, like time. So
it's an old army base.
It's an old like military base, and just it's crazy to know that happened.
I know.
It's scary, and I don't know, but it was just such a good time at Job Corps. I mean, I'm mad that I didn't graduate as an LPN, but
I know. I took life as a joke.
I did the RN program, so in the end, so.
I'm still a CNA.
Yeah, but you've stayed in your job forever, and you're caking it now. You're making mad dough, and you got benefits set up for your future. So you were smart. You stayed. You were smart.
Stay at the same job. I got a pension.
Yeah, you're making that money. You're making
but not like money.
Don't worry about it. It's good money. Trust me.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You got your own house. You're doing good. You're doing better than most. So you shouldn't even complain, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you still look so youthful. I hope I do.
You're beautiful.
So are you. Thanks. So
make 2 of us.
Yes. So is there any other things that we want to say about Job Corps before we end this video, or anything else you want to add?
All right. I think it's a great program because for somebody like me, before I went there, I was in a lot of trouble always. I was, you told me to go left, I went right. So my life came to a standstill where I was in a group home, like a homeless shelter, and it was either I get a tutor or to keep me updated on what's going on in school. Mm-hmm. And one of the social workers at the group home suggested something like Job Corps. And I was like, you know what? I could get my GED there. I could do the CNA. I could, get my life on the right track. Because I was going nowhere. Like I just, I thought life was a big joke. Like, and that kind of made me get more serious. Like I went there and I didn't get that much more serious because I still got kicked out, but I got more.
We were bad girls.
I got more serious than I was because that was a big improvement when I went there on how I was and stuff. Because before then was nothing but trouble and despair. So, I was pushed against the corner where I was either gonna be in a homeless shelter and get a tutor. So I chose to do Job Corps, and I'm glad I did. I met my best friend. I did my CNA, got my GED, which was easy. Because I was in resource, so they had to read me the questions if I didn't get the answer. So I'd be like, he'd come over and be like, and I'd be like, I don't get it. And he'd be like, he'd get aggravated with me, and he like pointed out a few answers. I passed. Woohoo! So for me, it was a good experience. It was hard being away from my family.
Oh yeah, that definitely is hard.
I still got to go home every other weekend. I think the weekends that I didn't go home, I think I went with you.
Yeah.
But and that was the best option for me because if I would have stayed in New York and went upstate, it would have been like a 6-hour trip. Or if I would have went to the Bronx, you couldn't go outside, and it was just like a big building, So for me, it was a good experience. I wish I was a little more mature. I was more mature than I got there, but I wish I would have appreciate what I had. And it's free.
It's okay.
It was free for me, so.
Oh, and also they have a bus that comes full of clothes and you can pick out whatever you want. That was cool.
I never got that bus.
I did. That was really awesome.
Where was the bus?
I don't know. There was I don't know if it was a Goodwill bus or whatever, but
I would have been at the bus. I didn't see the bus.
I grabbed a bunch of jeans from that bus.
Nice.
Everybody was going crazy though, as you could imagine. All the big girls were like, "Give me those!" fighting for size 18s and shit.
Yeah.
But it was such a great experience. I mean, if you're troubled or you know anybody that's troubled out there, and you can recommend the school, it is free as long as you are under 20. 24. I don't know what 24 years
24,
of age.
but if you get there when you're 24, you could stay till you're 26.
They have different trades, like they have like plumbing, brick,
painting,
refrigeration, heating. What else do they have?
Culinary arts.
Culinary was another one. They have the nursing trade. They have, I mean, depending on where.
They had business.
Depending on where you're, like Camden and like really bad areas from Jersey, like that, there's troubled kids. Like
it's a great opportunity for troubled kids.
It's a military style school, so you have chores.
It's strict.
Go to school. Yeah, if you get in trouble, they won't let you go out on the weekend. You have to stay in school. It's your like detention.
Oh, did you ever go to those church trips? I went on a couple.
Never did.
They had good food, and I just went for the food really, and they take you somewhere else.
Yeah, they always feed you, but it's whatever they decide to feed you, and it's like it's not the world's greatest. And usually it's culinary that helps out too to make it, right?
Yeah, I became a vegetarian soon after Job Corps.
Yeah, she was weird when she would eat her pizza. She would put hot sauce on it, potato chips, all kinds of shit would go on top of a pizza. I'm like, dang, girl, she's so funny. But yeah, Job Corps is a really good school, and I would recommend it. I mean, just
me too.
Check online,
You just have to be strong-minded and not let what other people. Some people would fall into the trap where, like how, like TT would bother me. Some people would fall in the trap and actually get in a fight and get terminated and kicked out and lose their chance at getting their GED, getting their business degree. Like, this was all free for people. I mean, your parents, if you were 16 or under, I think, or 18 and under, your parents had to make a certain amount of money for you to get there. But,
really?
Yeah, being that I was in a homeless shelter, they based it off of that.
Wow.
Like the income on the homeless shelter to get me in.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's rough. But yeah, we had some of the best times. I mean, you know, we were bad. We were drinking underage, really.
We
How would we get our alcohol?
always some
I
guys
had
would get it
a
for us.
fake ID, right? Did I have a fake ID or somebody had a fake ID?
I think guys would just get it for us. We'd just ask people to get it for us and they'd get it.
Oh, true. They would, yeah, yeah, yeah. We always had connections.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. So I think we're coming at 30 minutes here. I think,
Already?
yeah, we've been talking about school and how we met and everything for 30 minutes. So it's up to you if
Time
you
goes
want
so
to.
quick when I'm talking to you.
No, it doesn't even feel like we're talking for 30
I know.
minutes. I'm gonna end this now because I really don't want to, bored my audience too much. But hey, this is Jennifer, and she's my best friend. We're going to continue this FAS show. And let us know down below any more topics you want us to
You'd
bring
like
up.
us to discuss, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll continue these videos going. So, till next time, guys.